Remember when you danced your ass off?
I did, but then it danced right back on. So
Danced right back on.
It did. Like I stopped dancing. It was kind of like a really slow waltz because it waltzed right into this belly section here.
You're like, oh, here it comes back.
Right in here, and right in here. You know how they say you gain a lot of weight in your face?
Mm-hmm.
I've got a cheerleader in my face.
Oh.
I do. I've got a lot of.
Yeah.
That's my life. All right.
Great.
So, Colton.
Yes.
You just graduated from the Art Institute not too long ago.
Yes. Well, I didn't actually graduate from there because I got a scholarship to the Art Institute, was attending the school, was passing all the beginning editing, beginning to editing, beginning to audio, whatever the other ones were, cinematography, and they just weren't helping me out. Like, it was stuff that I've known, and I was already doing Unpleasantville at the same time, like producing it, directing it, editing it on my own. And so school was actually not really helping me out. So they're like, hey, well, can we get you into classes that will just do independent study and teach you whatever you want? I'm like, okay, let's try that. So I was in these classes, one-on-one teacher, didn't really help. So I was there for about 1.5 years, and then kind of just went off and did my own thing and started doing all my projects after that.
Now, talking about Unpleasantville,
Yeah.
which is kind of the springboard into Monstrosity. That's your it's awesome. It's really good. It's in my intro reel because it's so cool. I think your bat-looking guy, his name's Darkheart?
Lockhart.
Lockhart.
Yep.
Lockhart. Awesome makeup by Chris Hansen, I believe.
Yep, Chris Hansen.
Oh my goodness, we talked about him all day so far today.
He did an amazing job.
He does such great work, and the acting was good. Everything about this trailer
Thank
was
you so
awesome.
much.
I mean, it's something you would expect to see from a multi-million-dollar studio create. And out of curiosity, could you give me a ballpark on how much it cost you to make that trailer?
I'm curious, how much would you expect?
When I saw that trailer, I thought this could not have been done for less than 50 grand.
It was done for like 18 grand.
18 grand?
Mm-hmm.
That's amazing.
Yep, we had we actually did a little promotion thing through Indiegogo, and we're like, oh, let's just raise some of our beginning money, but we already had some investors come on board before that. And then after we started going into production, like, we had other people coming on board as, we were in production.
Where did you shoot Monstrosity?
We shot Monstrosity in a studio in Ogden called Dark Sun Studios, because we only did a certain amount of it on green screen, which all of our practical stuff was on top of it, and then layered all practicals together. But yeah, that was at Dark Sun Studios, and the rest was like, we did it in an orchard, we did it in a pond, which was all practical, and then the miniature, all that kind of stuff was in the studio. So.
And you saw that most of the money actually went into making the practical effects versus the CGI?
Oh man, yeah. Well, we got a killer deal on our CGI because we I told him what I wanted, and he gave us a price, and so he did it for that price. But it became a lot more elaborate than originally it was supposed to be. But the miniature cost even more than the actual CGI itself. The practical monster makeup, obviously that's going to cost. But our actor actually flew in from LA, the guy who played Lockhart, our vampire bat. And he was amazing, but it was, so mainly it all went to effects. Like, our whole budget went to effects. Like, our actors, like our crew, everyone worked for minimal, amounts of money, and the rest of it went for just to make the visual. And I think that's why it came out the way it did, because everyone was putting their efforts into that, like making it look good.
As a young filmmaker, what would you suggest other serious young filmmakers do if they want to really make it in this industry?
You just need to stay like motivated with what you want to do, and positive. I swear there's so many people that get discouraged very, very easily, like in the industry, like no matter where you are. And that's just something that I've kind of taught myself. It's just, I kind of live with this motto that everything happens for a reason. If something bad happens, it's just like, okay, move on. Like, it's going to happen. Like, that's the way my cards are supposed to fall, and that, just move on, do what you do. And so when we did Unpleasantville, like you said, it just catapulted into something else and inspired us to do Monstrosity. The right people came on board. And, any obstacles in between there just happened the way it was supposed to. And so I feel like if you stay positive and just stay motivated, you will definitely get to where you want to get. But it's hard. It's hard to stay motivated, and get the right people to come along with you and believe in what you're doing.